withhold, to hold, something, back, backfire, a loud sound a car makes when fuel is not burned properly, irrelevant, not important, tinker, to try to repair or improve something, such as a machine, by making small changes, demo, a shortened version of the word demonstration. Blaze, a fire, incarnation, one of a series of lives that a person is believed to have had in the past in some religions. Dictate, to make something necessary. Poke, to look around or search through something. Gym, a health club where people exercise. Originate, cause something to exist. Lazy, not liking to work hard or to be active. Gangster, a member of a group of violent criminals. Sin, an action that is considered to be wrong according to religious or moral law. Villain, a bad person. Discontent, dissatisfaction, unhappiness. Thigh, the part of one of the long body parts that are used especially for standing, walking, and running, right above the point where two bones meet at the middle and bend. Tendon, a tough piece of tissue in your body that connects a muscle to a bone. Pathetic, very bad, poor, weak. Designate, to officially chose as, to identify something or someone as. Unfounded, not based on facts or proof. Pivotal, very important. Ironically, strange or funny because something such as a situation is different from what you expected. Presumption, a belief that something is true. Transplant, a medical operation in which an unhealthy organ is replaced with a healthy one. Civic, of or related to a citizen or citizenship. Definite, for sure. Fixed, not likely to change. Deployment, to organize and send out people or things, to be used for a particular purpose. Corpus, a collection of writings, conversations, speeches, etc., that people use to study and describe a language, routinely, as part of a regular procedure rather than for a special reason. Dragon, an imaginary animal that can breathe fire and fly. Bore, to make someone tired and annoyed by being uninteresting or too much the same. Justified, providing a good reason that something should be done or is right. Foolish, having or showing a lack of good sense or judgment. Silly, explosive, happening quickly and suddenly. Scar, a feeling of great emotional pain or sadness that is caused by a bad experience and that lasts for a long time. Basketball, a game in which two teams of 5 players bounce a ball and try to score points by throwing the ball through one of the raised nets at each end of a rectangular court. Diploma, a document which shows that a person has completed a course of study or has graduated from a school. Disgraceful, dishonorable. Flush, when a toilet or other device empties and fills with water again. Lively, very active and energetic. Terminal, a central area to which oil is moved for distribution. Mosque, a building that is used for Muslim religious services. Diagnosis, the act of identifying a disease. Licensed, having official permission to have or do something. Detector, a device for finding the presence of electromagnetic waves or of radioactivity. Supplement, something in addition to. Gasp, the sound made of a person breathing heavily. Scalp, the skin on the top of your head where hair grows. Recharge, to regain energy or spirit. Anomaly, something that is unusual or unexpected. Ultra, extremely. Alphabet, the letters of a language arranged in their usual order. Marketplace, a place in a town where products are bought and sold. Electron, a very small particle of matter that has a negative charge of electricity and that travels around the nucleus of an atom. Halo, a circle of light that is shown in a religious painting, drawing, etc., around the head of a holy figure, such as an angel, saint, or god, often used figuratively, visually, of, relating to, or used in vision. Clan, a large group of people who are related. Akin, similar or related to, algorithm, set of steps that are followed in order to solve a mathematical problem or to complete a computer process. Texture, the way that something feels when you touch it. Electrode, a point through which electricity flows into or out of a battery or other device. Invasive, likely to spread. Addict, a person who likes or enjoys something very much and spends a large amount of time doing it. Illiterate, unable to read. Converge, to all meet together. Exacerbate, to make a situation or problem worse, positively, in a way that is good or useful. Orchestrate, organize something to achieve a specific goal. Devastate, destroy or damage something very badly. Booking, an arrangement to have something, such as a room, held for your use at a later time. Renovate, to repair and decorate an old building. Snack, a small amount of food eaten between meals. Nursery, a place where plants, such as trees or shrubs, are grown and sold. Reconstruct, recreate. Backlash, a strong public reaction against something. Marked, very noticeable. Intensify, to become stronger or more extreme, to become more intense. Obstacle, a barrier, something that make it difficult to do something, an object that you have to go over. Instinct, something a person knows without learning or thinking about. Spectacular, causing wonder and admiration. Adverse, not good. Unanimously, agreed to by everyone. Leverage, influence or power used to achieve a desired result. Implant, to place something in a person's body by means of surgery. Fragment, a part of something that has been broken. Gloom, partial or total darkness. Spite, a desire to harm another person because you feel that you have been treated wrongly or unfairly. Hover, to float in the air without moving in any direction. Sedan, a car that has 4 doors and that has room for 4 or more people. Conscious, caring about something specified. Iceberg, a large piece of ice floating in the ocean. Boardroom, a room where the group of people who manage or direct a company or organization have meetings. Slave, someone held in servitude. Collateral, related but not in a direct or close way. Scholarship, an amount of money that is given by a school, an organization, etc., to a student to help pay for the student's education. Eclipse, an event in which either the sun is hidden by the moon or the moon is hidden by the Earth's shadow. Block, a combination of people or groups uniting together with a common purpose. Potent, active, strong. Fume, a smoke or gas. Approximately, close in value or amount but not precise. Ingredient, one of the things that are used to make a food or product. Evaporate, to change from a liquid into a gas. Deflation, a decrease in the amount of available money or credit in an economy that causes prices to go down. Garden, an area of ground where plants such as flowers or vegetables are grown. Afflict, to cause pain or suffering to someone or something. Erratic, not regular, changing in ways that are not expected or usual. Discriminatory, not fair, unfairly treating a person or group of people differently from other people or groups of people. Volatile, likely to change in a very sudden or extreme way. Truce, a temporary halt in fighting agreed to by all sides involved. Strand, a thin piece of hair. Inconvenience, a minor interruption in one's routine. Varied, involving many different kinds. Automate, self-operating or robotic. Pill, a small medicinal or dietary preparation. Underway, performed or used while moving or taking place. Exclusively, only, grossly, to a very big degree. Sour, having an acid taste that is like the taste of a lemon. Generator, a device that uses a motor to produce electricity. Cylinder, a circular object. Topple, to bring down, to throw out of power. Recruitment, the act of finding suitable people and getting them to join a company, an organization, the armed forces, etc. Ethic, rules of behavior based on ideas about what is morally good and bad. Possess, to have or own something. Ravage, to damage or harm something very badly. Testify, to talk and answer questions about something, especially in a court of law. Sovereignty, a country's independent authority and right to govern itself. Retrieve, to get something after finding it. Concentrated, made stronger or more pure by removing water. Ensue, to come at a later time, to happen as a result. Viability, capable of succeeding. Belt, a band of material, such as leather, that is worn around a person's waist. Rosy, having or producing hope for success or happiness in the future. Structural, relating to the way something is built or organized. Cloud, the computers and connections that support cloud computing. Composition, a written piece of music, especially one that is very long or complex. Voluntarily, done or given because you want to and not because you are forced to. Unjustified, unnecessary and not right or fair. Logic, a proper or reasonable way of thinking about or understanding something. Elevate, to raise. Arbitrary, done without concern for what is fair or right. Manual, doing or involving hard physical work. Dispose, to give away, to set up or put into position. Mechanic, a person who repairs machines, such as car engines, and keeps them running properly. Minus, having a value that is below zero. Proportionate, a size or number directly related to something else. Lash, to be struck with a whip. Questionnaire, a written set of questions that are given to people in order to collect facts or opinions about something. Advertisement, something, such as a short film or a written notice, that is shown or presented to the public to help sell a product or to make an announcement. Scratch, to make something, such as a mark, a line or letters, in the surface of the ground by using a stick, a sharp tool or a hand or paw. Destiny, what will happen in the future, the thing that someone or something will experience in the future. Warrant, a court order. Merchant, someone who buys and sells goods especially in large amounts. Spit, to force something, such as food or liquid, from your mouth. Bat, an animal that has wings and a furry body like a mouse. Facilitate, to help something run more smoothly and effectively. To make something easier, to help cause something nasty, unpleasant. Rhetoric, language intended to influence people and that may not be honest or reasonable. Painkiller, a drug that removes or reduces pain. Ideally, used to say what should happen or be done to produce the best results. Insulation, a material used to stop heat, cold, sound or electricity from escaping or entering. Reinstate, to put someone or something back to its former position. Prevail, to be or become effective. Outcry, an expression of strong anger or disapproval by many people, a reaction showing that people are angry or unhappy about something. Sensitivity, an awareness and understanding of other people. Redundant, something repeated that is not necessary. Feasible, possible to do. Establishment, the people in business, government, etc., who have power over the other people in a society. Brick, a block of something. Brutal, extremely cruel. Utterly, completely, totally. Contradictory, involving or having information that disagrees with other information. Battleground, states with very hard-fought elections. Residency, legal permission to live in a place. Garment, a piece of clothing. Seismic, related to earthquakes. Muddy, relating to or involving soft, wet dirt. Reschedule, to change the plans for the date of an event to a different date. Abandonment, rejection of one's rights and responsibilities. Hassle. To bother or annoy someone, constantly or repeatedly. Dock. A place for loading materials onto ships, trucks, trains, etc. Examination. A close and careful study. Guise. A way of appearing or looking that is not true or real. Entertainer. A person, such as a singer, an actor, or a comedian, who entertains other people. Craft. A job or activity that requires special skill. Blackmail. Threatening to tell secret information about someone unless they pay money or do something that is demanded. Punch. To hit out. Uncle. The brother of someone's mother or father. Inspiring. Causing people to want to do or create something. Illustrate. To show. To be an example of. Magistrate. A local official who has some of the powers of a judge. Sketch. A quick, rough drawing that shows the main features of an object or scene. Lottery. A game in which people buy tickets with numbers and if the numbers are chosen the person wins a prize. Means. Something that helps a person to get what he or she wants. Imaginary. Not real. Existing only in your mind or imagination. Proposition. Statement to be proven or explained. Ridicule. The act of making fun of someone or something in a cruel or harsh way. Trailer. A long platform or box with wheels that is pulled behind a truck or car and used to transport things. Tongue. The soft, movable part in the mouth that is used for tasting and eating food and in human beings for speaking. Omission. Something that was not included, but should have been. Shower. A bath in which water is sprayed on the body or a device for providing such a bath. Plaster. To place on something. To cover over. Receipt. A piece of paper on which the things that you buy or the services that you pay for are listed with the total amount paid and the prices for each. Glitter. Small, shiny objects used to decorate a surface. Diamond. Extremely hard, clear stone that is very valuable and often used in jewelry. Probation. A period of time when a person who has made a mistake or committed a crime is permitted to stay out of jail although they are watched. Conquer. To gain control of a problem or difficulty through great effort. Warrior. A person who fights in battles and is known for having courage and skill. Frank. Speaking honestly without hesitation. Usher. To bring in. Crawl. To move on your hands and knees. Humanity. All people. Suburb. A town or other area where people live in houses near a larger city. Mythology. Ideas that are believed by many people but that are not true. Hobby. An activity that a person does for pleasure when not working. Jaw. Either one of the two bones of the face where teeth grow. Superstar. An extremely famous and successful performer or athlete. Sincerely. In a truthful way. With truth. Bulletin. A quick announcement from an official source about an important piece of news. Carve. To make something, such as a sculpture or design by cutting off pieces of the material it is made of. Lovely. Attractive or beautiful especially in a graceful way. Memorial. A ceremony that honors a person who has died. Tendency. A form of behavior that is developing and becoming more common. Kitchen. A room in a house where people cook. Seminar. A class or meeting to receive information and training in a particular subject. Awful. Extremely bad or unpleasant. Garage. A building or part of a building in which a car, truck, etc. is kept. Deportation. Forced removal of someone from a country. Famine. A situation in which many people do not have enough food to eat. Soccer. A game, more commonly called football, played between two teams of 11 players in which a round ball is moved toward a goal usually by kicking. Imagery. Photographs or pictures. Admire. To feel respect or approval for someone or something. Antenna. A device, such as a wire or a metal rod, for sending or receiving radio or television signals. Bulb. a glass bulb or tube that produces light when it is supplied with electricity. Postcard, a card on which a message may be sent by mail without an envelope and that often has a picture on one side. Liberation, freedom, avenue, a wide street. Wander, to move around or go to different places usually without having a given purpose or direction. Limelight, the center of attention. Anthem, a formal song of loyalty, praise, or happiness. Dignity, the quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Wisdom, having the knowledge to make good decisions. Interpreter, a person who translates words that someone is speaking into a different language. Aggravate, to make a problem or an injury more severe. Sophistication, having a lot of experience and knowledge about a subject such as technology or art. Slap, to hit someone or something with the front or back of your open hand. Puppet, a movable model of an animal or person. Affection, a feeling of liking and caring for someone or something. Underneath, below or beneath, something. Viewpoint, a way of looking or thinking about something. Anticipation, a feeling of excitement about something that is going to happen. County, an area of a state or country that is larger than a city and has its own government to deal with local issues. Coincidence, when events happen at the same time in a way that is not planned. Fuse, to join or become joined because of heat or a chemical reaction. Sneak, done quietly and secretly. Pepper, a hollow vegetable that is usually red, green, or yellow and that is eaten raw or cooked. Priest, a person who has the authority to lead or perform ceremonies in some religions and especially in some Christian religions. Feat, an act or achievement that shows courage, strength, or skill. Commander, a person who is in charge of a group of people. Shy, showing nervousness or discomfort about meeting and talking to people. Intimidate, to make someone afraid. Pollution, substances that make land, water, air, etc., dirty and not safe or suitable to use. Pet, an animal kept for pleasure. Fundamentally, relating to the most important or main part of something. Evacuate, to move people from a dangerous place to somewhere safer. Ubiquitous, seeming to be seen everywhere. Logical, of or relating to the formal processes used in thinking and. Assert, to demand that other people accept something. Dedication, a feeling of strong support for or loyalty to someone or something. The quality or state of being dedicated to a person, group or cause. Admiration, a feeling of respect or approval. Miscarriage, the ending of pregnancy naturally. Generosity, the quality of being kind, understanding and not selfish. Haven, a place where you are protected from danger, trouble, etc. Ignorance, not enough knowledge, understanding, or information about something. Reassurance, something that is said or done to make others feel less concerned. Blitz, a very fast attack. Sham, a false show or event. Accommodation, a place where travelers can sleep and find other services. Disastrous, causing widespread destruction or loss of life, such as an earthquake or plane crash. Slaughter, the killing of a large number of people or animals. Limb, a leg or arm. Proliferation, rapid increase in number or amount. Spread, purse, an object used by women for carrying money and small, personal belongings. Eradicate, get rid of something completely. Architect, a person who designs buildings. Heal, to return to good health, to cure, to become well. Curriculum, the classes taught by a school, college or university. Believer, someone who regards the existence of God as a fact, someone who has religious beliefs. Magical, a power that allows people, such as witches and wizards, to do impossible things by saying special words or performing special actions. Blueprint, the plans for building something. Isolate, to put or keep. someone or something, in a place or situation that is separate from others. Toe, any of 5 extensions at the end of the human foot. Stark, having a plain, empty or cold appearance. Esteem, respect and affection. Differentiate, to make someone or something different in some way. Skip, to not do something that is usual or expected. Scent, a smell that can be identified by a dog or similar animal. Cue, a word, phrase, or action in a play, movie, etc., that is a signal for a performer to say or do something. Battlefield, a place where a battle is fought. Embarrass, make someone feel ashamed or shy. Tissue, the material that forms the parts in a plant or animal. Deflect, to keep something, such as a question, from affecting or being directed at a person or thing. Consistency, the quality or fact of having parts that agree with each other. Rib, any one of the curved bones of the chest that connect to the spine. Collide, used to describe situations in which people or groups disagree or are very different from each other. Flank, a side of a military formation. Curl, to twist or form something into a round or curved shape, to become curved or rounded. Icing, a sweet, creamy mixture that is used to cover cakes, also called frosting. Climax, the most exciting or important part of a story. Inspirational, causing people to want to do or create something. Beast, an animal, surrounding, near or around someone or something. Composure, calmness especially of mind, manner, or appearance. Snake, an animal that has a long, thin body and no arms or legs. Surf, to ride on an ocean wave using a flat piece of equipment. Unlock, to make something available for use. Thief, a person who steals something. Dictionary, a book or electronic guide that lists the words of a language and gives their meaning. Surfing, the activity or sport of riding ocean waves on a special board. Aesthetic, of or relating to art or beauty. Squash, a type of fruit, such as a pumpkin, that has a usually hard skin and that is eaten cooked. Rewind, to make a recording go backwards. Validate, make something official or legal. Obsessive, thinking about something or someone too much. Gateway, an entrance or opening. Ecosystem, a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment. Unspecified, not specified or particular. Justification, an acceptable reason for doing something. Implicate, show that someone or something is involved in something, such as a crime. Manipulation, to use of change in a skillful way or for a specific purpose. Misleading, not necessarily true. Flock, a group of birds or animals, such as sheep. Penetration, the act of going through or into something. Turbulent, characterized by conflict, disorder or confusion. Wallet, a small folding case that holds money and credit cards. Shun, to avoid someone or something. Collude, to work with others secretly, often to do something illegal. Unpopular, not liked by many people. Not popular. Curve, a smooth, rounded line, shape, path. Fraction, a small part or amount of something. Restraint, control over one's behavior. Downfall, a sudden loss of power, happiness, success, etc. Accessory, something added to something else to make it more useful, attractive, or effective. Voucher, a document that gives a person the right to get something in return, such as a product or service. Embezzlement, to steal money you have been trusted with. Frozen, to become unable to do or say anything. Restrain, to hold a person's body so they cannot move. Lake, a large, inland body of standing water. Refuge, a place that provides shelter or protection. Stoppage, a large jet airplane used for carrying passengers. Sand, very small pieces of rock found on beaches and in deserts. Shipping, passage on a ship. Overlap, to happen at the same time as something else. Noun overlap, peril, danger. Dump, a place where waste is taken and left. Institute, an organization created for a particular purpose. Elusive, hard to understand, define or remember. Tenure, legal, the right to use a property. Grapple, to try to solve a problem or deal with a problem. Silk, a smooth, soft, and shiny cloth that is made from thread produced by silkworms. Fleet, a group of ships or vehicles that move or work together or that are controlled or owned by one company. Envisage, to picture, something, in your mind. Distort, to change, something, so that it is no longer true or accurate. Impending, happening or likely to happen soon. Oversight, supervision, the act or job of directing work that is being done smoothly, to remove problems or difficulties from a situation. Devaluation, the loss in value of one kind of money compared to other currencies either because of a crisis or by government policy. Steep, to put something in a liquid for a period of time. Drift, to move slowly on water. Derive, to take from. Bleak, cold, unfriendly, privileged, having special rights or advantages that most people do not have. Jam, to block a radio or broadcast signal. Drilling, cutting a hole into a solid, such as a deep holes to drill for oil under the earth's surface. Mourn, to feel or show great sadness because someone has died. Conducive, make something possible of likely to happen. Nicotine, a poisonous, addictive substance in tobacco. Trough, a low point between two high points. Grim, unpleasant or shocking to see or think about. Blessing, something that helps you or brings happiness. Seizure, medical, an abnormal state in which you become unconscious and your body moves in an uncontrolled and violent way. Gauge, an instrument used to measure something. Glance, to look at someone or something very quickly. Ceiling, the inside surface at the top of a room. Evaluation, to judge the value or condition of someone in a careful and thoughtful way. Overdue, not appearing or presented by a stated, expected, or required time. Packaging, material used to enclose or contain something. Dissolve, to end or disappear or cause something to end or disappear. Printing, the process of producing books, magazines, etc. by using machinery. Occasional, not very often, every now and then. Dismal, very bad or poor. Memorandum, a usually brief written message or report from one person or department in a company or organization to another. Conceive, to become pregnant. Cattle, cows, bulls, or steers that are kept on a farm or ranch for meat or milk. Bode, to indicate by signs. Ethical, behaving in a way that is right and good. Resurgence, a growth or increase that occurs after a period without growth or increase. Sugar, the amount of sugar present in a person's blood at a particular time. Instruct, to give someone an order or command. Convey, to make something known to someone. Solicit, to ask for participation, help or money. Ski, of or relating to a king or queen. Symbolic, expressing or representing an idea or quality without using words. Yield, the amount that is produced by a plant, farm, etc. Irritate, to make someone impatient, angry or annoyed. Annoy, to cause someone to become slightly angry. Risky, behavior involving the possibility of something bad or unpleasant happening. Amnesty, a decision that a group of people will not be punished or that a group of prisoners will be allowed to go free. Hiring, giving work or a job to someone in exchange for wages or a salary. Condom, A thin protective covering worn by a man during sex as a form of birth control or to protect against infection. Binding. Requiring someone to do something. Assassination. The act of killing someone, such as a famous or important person, usually for political reasons. Crystal. A special type of glass that is very clear. Batter. A mixture of different ingredients, such as flour, sugar, eggs and oil, that is cooked and eaten. Unrest. A situation in which many of the people in a country are angry and hold protests or act violently. Bottleneck. Something that slows down a process. Brew. A cup or mug of tea or coffee. Unravel. To fail or begin to fail. Absurd. Extremely silly, foolish, or unreasonable. Embarrassment. Something or someone that causes a person or group to look or feel foolish. Span. The distance from one end to the other of something, a reach between two extremes. Understate. To say that something is smaller, less important, etc., than it really is. Leisure. Enjoyable activities that you do when you are not working. Batch. An amount of something that is made at one time. Catalyst. Something that causes a change or in another action. Recourse. The ability to do something in order to deal with a problem or situation. Militant. Someone active in trying to cause political change, often by the use of force or violence. Relaxation. A way to rest and enjoy yourself. Vanish. To disappear. Pinpoint. Very exact or precise. Multilateral. Involving more than two groups or countries. Tidal. Rising and falling at regular times. Minimal. The least amount. Thereby. By that. Connected with. Benign. Not causing harm or damage. Miracle. A very amazing or unusual event, thing, or achievement. Indigenous. Produced in or existing naturally in an area. Fashionable. Currently popular. Interim. Not permanent. For a limited time. Sacrifice. The act of giving up something that you want to keep, especially in order to get or do something else or to help someone. Therapy. The treatment of physical or mental sickness. Pedal. A flat piece of metal that is pushed with the foot to make a machine move or work. Sentimental. Based on, showing, or resulting from feelings or emotions rather than reason or thought. Empowerment. Power that has been given to someone or something. Amass. To gather or collect something, such as a large amount of money, especially for yourself. Forefront. The most important part or position. Barn. A building on a farm that is used for storing grain and hay and for housing farm animals or equipment. Freelance. Earning money by being hired to work on different jobs for short periods of time rather than by having a permanent job with one employer. Multitude. A great number of things. Rigid. Not able to be changed easily. Interior. Concerned with the inside of a country or home. Desk. A piece of furniture that is like a table and often has drawers. Vicious. Very violent and cruel. Decrease. The act of becoming smaller or of making something smaller. Variation. Something that is similar to something else but different in some way. Formulate. To create, invent, or produce something by careful thought and effort. Passive. Showing that the subject of a sentence is acted on or affected by the verb. Dumb. Lacking in intelligence. Professionally. Of or related to a job or work. Intimate. Private and pleasant in a way that let people feel free from tension or pressure. Standpoint. A way in which something is thought about or considered. Trump. To be more important than something. Prey. An animal that is hunted or killed by another animal for food. Flatter. To praise someone in a way that is not sincere. Chop. To cut into small pieces. Splash. To make something wet, usually in a noisy way. Longevity. Living for a long time. Clinic. A place where people can get medical help that is not as large as a hospital. Reminder. something that causes you to remember or to think about something. Instability, a lack of security. Tamper, to change something in an illegal way. Spiral, a situation in which something continuously increases, decreases or gets worse. Symptom, a change in the body or mind which indicates that a disease is present. Prevalence, common or widespread. Stellar, of or relating to the stars. Proxy, a person or organization acting in behalf of another. Irrigation, system of bringing water to plants for agricultural purposes. Cling, continue to believe in or depend on something. Atmospheric, relating to the atmosphere. Surreal, very strange or unusual, having the quality of a dream. Orphan, a child whose parents are dead. Disco, a business where people dance to recorded popular music. Vivid, very bright in color. Salute, sign of respect given to high-ranking military officials. Pregnancy, the condition of a woman or female animal that is going to have a baby or babies. The condition of a pregnant woman or female animal. Devil, the most powerful spirit of evil in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, who is often represented as the ruler of hell. Stain, a mark made on a surface or a piece of clothing that is very hard or impossible to remove. Cheating, to break a rule or law, usually to gain an advantage at something. Deprived, not having the things that are needed for a good or healthy life. Stranger, someone who you have not met before or do not know. Sensation, someone or something that causes a lot of excitement and interest. Gigantic, extremely large. Technician, a person whose job relates to the practical use of machines or science in industry, medicine, etc. Improvise, to speak or perform without preparation. Candid, honest and telling the truth, especially about something difficult or painful. Translation, taking words from one language and changing them into another language. Overdose, an unusually large amount of something. Arrogant, having or showing the insulting attitude of people who believe that they are better, smarter, or more important than other people. Supernatural, unable to be explained by science or the laws of nature.